Hey everyone, it's Desiree, and I am here with another design team project for Birch Press Designs. So we are going to use all dies here. So I'm actually going to use all of the layers for this beautiful Nativity Star, and there are 4 layers to that star, and it is absolutely gorgeous. So many possibilities when it comes to the types of cardstock that you can use with that. I'm also going to use one of their word dies, and it's called Simple Piece. So to save time, I do already have my pieces die cut, and you can see, yes, there's red and green in here, but kind of going with a non-traditional feel to it, more of a earthy type feel, I guess. So I'm just positioning my pieces onto my design base, which is a scant 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So what does a scant 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 mean? Just cut under 4 1/4 and just cut under 5 1/2. So not really a direct measurement, but I just want this slight border from my card base. So I took the base layer of the star, I placed it on my design base along with the piece just so I would know where they're positioned. And I used my Nouveau blending brush with, of course, my vintage photo, because if you see my previous videos, I love my vintage photo. And I just brushed on some of that color where the star is going to sit. And now I'm simply going to put my layers together. Now, there are so many possibilities, like I said, with this. You can see the difference in the layers. I mean, each layer is so unique. The base layer has a little bit thicker base to it. The next one, where I use the green, is kind of the same, but not as wide of a base as the tan. And then this beautiful, delicate detail for the red that just sits on top and just pulls this die together. Now, you can stop right here, but there is a 4th layer, and I chose a gold metallic paper to go right over this. So where do the possibilities come in with this? Well, one of the possibilities, of course, is what I'm doing here now, which would go on your card base. All right. The other possibility is if you cut double of all the pieces that you cut and put them together back to back, you would have an absolutely beautiful ornament. You could use mirror cardstocks. You can use metallic cardstocks. Use the cardstock that's in your stash. So a beautiful, beautiful element for a gift or for your tree, whichever way you want to go with this. It's just absolutely beautiful. I am in love. And it is part of their new release. I forgot to mention that. New release. Yay! So then I cut 3 of the piece, and that's how solid it is. Now, what's really cool with this die is you also get the individual letters, like I have here, that spell out peace. What's even better is when you cut that background, the main word, the solid image, there's actually indentations on that. So you'll know exactly where to position these letters so they'll be centered. Yay! See, that stuff I like. Take the thought out of it. Enjoy the making of a card or any project that you're doing. When I don't have to think, I'm a happy camper. Yes, absolutely. And this is just beautiful. Again, use vellum for the background. I chose a gold glitter cardstock here. Use a mirror. Use a cardstock from your stash. So the possibilities are endless. Pattern paper. We all have tons of pattern paper. I could open up a store with pattern paper. It would be perfect for this because that die, you would see that pattern paper coming through. So you can see I'm placing the last letter. I am using a pair of tweezers because these are very delicate, very thin, but beautiful, and they stand very well on their own. I'm going to take my panel and I'm going to adhere that to my standard A2 size card base which is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. But you can just see that slight border that I have. You could get away with just cutting 4 1/8 of an inch by 5 3/8 of an inch. I just like to go a little bit bigger than that. Oh, it's just a little bit. So once my inked area lets me know that's where my dye is going to go, I am adhering this with my liquid glue. I did use an acrylic block to set down on that so that it would lay flat. And now I'm going to set the piece. What's awesome as well with this piece die is it is the exact width of the card base that I cut. So it goes almost edge to edge when you're using a top folding card like I am. And that is the simplicity of this card. It truly is. I had a wonderful time creating with this. I encourage you to go to the Birch Press Design blog. I encourage you to go to their Instagram account. There are giveaways going on all this month. So check them out. Make sure you read the rules. But make sure you take a look at it. And of course, all of the other beautiful designers that create just beautiful images with these products. If you have any questions or comments, leave those down below. I will get back to you as soon as I can. Also, all the products that I used, of course, will also be linked down in the video description. I hope everyone's having a wonderful day. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'd love to have you here as part of my team, my creativity group, and so forth. But remember what's most important to me every day. Always be creative.